Good afternoon, everybody. I think this will be a quick video. I have an appointment at 3:15 and I have to leave the house by 2:30 and I haven't eaten yet and all that. So I'm gonna do two parts to this since this one's gonna be quick and simple. We'll start it and So one night I wasn't feeling very what word do I want to use? Oh, very creative. So I decided what I want to do is, because I want to get a bunch of journals together. I don't even know what this originally was that I made this cover for, but I had a bunch of signatures like kind of put together. So like I made this journal. It's got nothing in it yet. Now, if anybody wants to buy it like this, they can just put it in the comments and you can have it like this, but I'm going to. Then I did this one. This is kind of a floppy type journal. Lots of different size pages. There's no front cover like this. I like this style a lot. I've even like kind of had a couple ideas I put in here. Then I made a kind of a smaller idea of that one because I had a lot of little papers and scraps and things. So I just kind of threw it together. So I have those three all bound. And then I have this one I'm working on. I'm trying to do other than just pinks. So I'm trying to do something a bit different. I have this one that's been sitting here forever. So I need to add a few things to it and then bind it. Then I have this cover I made. So I need to find signatures for it. And I sorted and I made this cover as well using envelopes to show different. And then I have a few papers that I'm putting in it. So those are three more that I plan, four more for regular type journals. But I'm going to do some of the similar thing to Christmas. I have to spend a day just binding it, but I have an order I've got to complete. Then I'll go and pull all my paper. But we had this one too. Oh my goodness, sorry guys. This one we've been working on. This appointment that I have, I got a last minute notice of it and it's stressing me out. So I didn't sleep well last night, stressing over this appointment. So I had this that I made. It's a flip-flop journal and I started to cover it. I've got to still edge it up a bit. I just was quickly doing it this morning. And I still got to do the back cover. But this one will have three different signatures in it. And this one's a little more difficult because I used Ruby and Pearl digital kit for covering it. But with Ruby and Pearl, first of all, I should say hello, everybody, and I hope everybody's doing well. A lot of Ruby and Pearl pages that I use some of this for are full papers, so they don't work in this size journal. So we're going to kind of see what we can do and put at least one signature together, and then I'll come back on and do maybe do another one or see where we're at. And then I'll bind it. Really, guys, I don't start yawning till I turn on this camera. So I have a signature that's got to go in here, a signature that's got to go in here, and a signature that's got to go in here. So, and then I still got to cover that and cover that. This is like a flip-flop journal. Oh, I'm sliding out of my chair. Sorry, guys. So I have different papers I just grabbed. Those are more plain. When I was cleaning up, making those other journals, at one time, me and my friends were going to New York City, and then COVID hit. And I had started a journal for all of us. And on the side, I had New York City. And I decided, so I trimmed all those up. So I'm kind of keeping them close by to see if I can use them. I think this one was in it as well. So what I had started, and these are just some papers I pulled, is I kind of have a few papers here. What I had this one of Ruby and Pearl that was down in size, and I had put that on the back. Then I had this bit of a scrap left over of a music page, so I pulled it in. And then I had done this envelope, and then I almost thinking it could be a page in here, because I could do this, and then I can make a flip on that, or just leave it like that, because I think it's just pretty on its own. What a pretty Christmas tree this, yes. And then it has an automatic pocket in it that I can put something in it. So I thought, oh, that'll make a cute page. And then I had this. Well, I have a few of these, so I thought it was perfect because it kind of has a, you know, that green Christmassy feel. Then I had this little teeny piece, and I'm going to leave it rough like that. And I thought, oh, I'll just add it in here. What we can do with it, I'm not sure yet. Then I had made this. Well, it's just a dictionary page. I think I was going to put in one of those other journals I was making, but I thought, oh, it can go in here as well if we want to use that. Oh, I have an extra one of these if I want to put it in another thing. And then I'm trying to think of things, like sometimes we have things like this so I think I might end up like collaging on this, and it's going to be a page in here as well. But I feel like right now I need a full page here. And then I have something like this. This I think is going to be too tall. Yeah, I would have to trim it, so I'll save it for the my other. So I thought, let's see what we can do. And then I printed this. Again, this might be too tall, but there's ways of, we'll just go ahead and quickly cut it out. I'm very nervous of this. There's a lot of things happening over the past few years with me. I was in French school, and my arthritis in my knees and all my hips got so bad I was using a cane. Now I don't use the cane like I should be, because I just got tired of trying to balance the cane and use the cane, and I feel my hip got worse by using the cane because I was leaning on it too much. So I kind of stopped using the cane. But anyways, I was in French school because I live in a French-speaking province and I don't speak the language. And so unemployment had put me in school, French school, to learn the language. And I was almost a year in. I was on level 3. And I had to have, every once in a while they'll call a meeting, you got to go in. And of course I came in with the cane, and they were like, what's going on? Why are you using the cane? And I said, well, I've got arthritis in both my knees. I'm waiting on a wait list for a surgeon to look at, and I don't know where we're going at. And they said, well, you can't be in the program like that, and took me out of French school. And so then my knees got worse and worse. And then we moved up here, and I thought, okay, good, I'll try to see if I can get in French school, and it keep getting denied. I keep trying to get disability because, of course, they won't let me in French school. Now, what I'm afraid on this is I might lose too much of it. If I put it here, yeah, I'm going to lose too much, so it'll have to go in another journal. That's fine. I was hoping it was a bit smaller, but I don't want to lose this top half and all that, so I was just playing to see. But I'm also going to put, well, that was to put on the back of pages. Sometimes I do back of pages. I pulled out a scrap somewhere. I have this, I don't have a lot of it, so I use it very sparse, but I have this. I'm going to see if I can straighten. I don't know why I took that piece out, what I was using it for. But again, I kind of want to leave that there. So it has to go in a bit because I don't want to lose when I go to not always easy to fold. And you're thinking, oh, I'm not going to cut that off. I'm just going to see how bad my folding was. And I might have to reinforce it because it is older. It's a nice sturdy paper. It's just a little bit older. So I've been trying to get on disability, but because technically, depending on what's happening, if I could ever, I can't even get in to see my family doctor is one of the problems. And so I've been trying to get an appointment, but even with her, when like to get on disability till everything's fixed, I don't want to stay on disability if we can fix what's going on and I can get back to work. The problem is I have to learn French to retrain. I may never ever be able to do retail again, but the biggest problem is I can't retrain because I don't have the language. Now everybody will say I could move back to Ontario, but unfortunately in Ontario rent is very costly, especially in my hometown. And I'm trying to get that even, but it might be because that is not even. So that's kind of throwing me off. So it's kind of, I'm working to do different things to change, but it's not changing the way I want to necessarily. And it's frustrating me. And I really got to get a board instead. There we go. And then put this. So there we go. We can add that in there. See how that still wasn't a full size. Some of this might have to be trimmed a little, but that's, I wanted a full size there. But I mean, I'm just gonna, I can move the papers around as I get the papers. And I don't want all the, I'm kind of gonna use a little, I have a few different ideas floating around in my head. Like I have this and it's the perfect size, and so I'm going to show you sometimes what you can do. You got to find a single, I could do two ways. Is this long enough? Again, I just got to shorten it a bit. Let's see, where's the journal itself? Let's put the papers there for a second. I don't want to lose the top of that. So, oh yeah, it's very little I have to trim off. So let's just, very little of that I have to trim off. So I'm looking at different things, different avenues to thing, but I'm on social assistance welfare. I hate it, but I'm trying to find a way, been working at different ways to, but how come this seemed too short, but it really isn't. Because I doubled this up, I folded it over, and it's pretty thick on its own. So I'm trying to think, I'll make this into a page. And again, this doesn't have to be the exact same. And again, this is cut. I must have been, the day I cut some of this stuff, I must have been really having a wonky day. So there's different things I'm trying to do. One, I'm trying to build this business. Two, I was trying to get in French school and they keep refusing me. Unfortunately, I can't afford it on my own. It's not cheap to do. I've looked at moving home. And again, I would have, there's so much to it. But just the rent alone and the cost of moving back is a lot. Then we've talked about, my family's been talking about they're not going to stay in Guelph. There's a lot of just things up in the air, and everything is kind of time tell. Now all of this got all delayed because like first of all, when COVID hit. Now, what did I do here? How come I ended up? I'm going to have to fix that. Somehow my paper, oh, of course I shot the paper across the room. So, I'm going to be honest, I don't like being on social secrets. But it's what it is right now. I'm trying to get in my doctors and see if we can get the disability papers filled out and da-da-da-da. But I can't get in to see her. She's so full. It was just a backlog when everything was shut down with COVID. And she's only in... I see her in the clinic, walk-in clinic. I'm not her patient in her regular office. So this is going to be perfect. Now, several things. First, I'm going to have to see what I'm going to put on the back of this. So this is where I might pull. I have this that I could put on the back of that. Let's just trim it up. So every once in a while, of course, they call you in just to make sure, you know, they ask you a couple quick questions. But there's always that fear that they'll say no more and take you off. I needed to go anyways because have a coming up doctor's appointment soon in the month of November. So I'm going to get another set of disability papers. Oh, it's not big enough. Blah, blah, blah. I was hoping I could just glue that on the back of that. But we could do something different. We could, and I'm going to get a piece of cardboard to put under this. I think what we might do, so it's going to be at the top a little. So we're still going to shorten this up a bit so it doesn't look obviously short. We're going to collage. That's what we're going to do. And I thought this is the big one. And it does, it's kind of, it's my painting one, but I'll pull it up for now. But, so I always have anxiety over the meetings when they come up. I'm trying my best to change my situation. I'm working at it. This is one of the ways, hoping that I can one day maybe build a business to support myself and not even be on disability. For me, that would be ultimate thing for me. It's just how I feel. I would prefer that. Now, I don't think I have any of those. Those are little pieces. I'm looking for some script, and I didn't print any script off. Oh, because I think I know what I'm going to put on this. Some digitals of my own that I made. And this week I'm going to be making up my Christmas bundles to sell and get them ready to go. I did a bunch of mason jars in different... Let's now hope that this image fits nicely. But what I'm trying to just do is go outside of the box in ways to make pages, maybe with some scraps you've got lying around. Necessarily doesn't have to be a digital kit. Partly mine is digital kit. This is my own digital that I found and I printed. The floral is a part of a digital kit. But if you have scrapbooking paper, I don't use a lot of scrapbooking paper because I don't like I don't like a lot of hardness in my journals. I like them pretty soft and floppy. And I don't really want to glue this down yet because I don't want that covered. I could put, that doesn't, I want that, but I don't, do I have another piece of it somewhere? I have that could go in. Just seeing, oh, did I get so lucky? Oh, look at that, I got lucky. That's what happens, look through your piles. You never know what might pop out at you. And this is our part of our Merry Monday, which I'm going to have to start working on Christmas more often. Just to get done. Make sure we don't put this upside down. And it's not quite long enough, but I'm not worried about that because I'll put a little colored washi on it. But I just want to pull this over because I do want it to go. I'm not worried about that top. I can fix that. That's not a problem for me. We'll probably have to re-glue that because the glue is kind of dried on it right now. Bloop. You got to be careful though because I don't want glue on the other paper. I could even take that, and that's what I might end up doing, folding it over like that. You'll see later we'll play around with that. Then because we have a little bit of something there, easy fix. Now the thing is, this doesn't have to stay like this. You could, I need this to be straight. Oh yes, boo-boo. Oh yes, boo-boo. Trying to decide what I'm gonna eat. There we go, see? Easy. And like later when I'm doing this, I could add another image in here if I wanted to spruce it up more, to add more to it, you know. So there's more I can really do to this. I have this little girl, I could kind of put her, maybe we'll go ahead and do that. See, you can do that, or maybe it might need to be a bit bigger one. We might not do that right now, but I'm thinking that might end up, and then I'm almost wondering if I want a bit bigger image, but she would be cute there. I do have a bit bigger one of her too. You think I liked the image? I did. Well, this was my first initial one, and then I had a little space, so I just made a little one like that, because sometimes I'll make those little ones to use in clusters. So let's just do that and do that. Oh, boo-boo, relax yourself. It was because I was sitting at my other desk, and I was working nicely, and she was laying in the scrap box that has now become her bed. Which is better because then otherwise she's laying across my desk and then I can't work at all. So here, oh, It's a little, see, this is the nice thing about some of these images when they have a little bit of more white to the bottom. I can go in and trim it up some more. The same even on this side. I'm going to take some of this off because I want to see more of that color in it. There we go. I could put it up there, but I kind of like it in the middle. Now I've told you my life story. Well, a little bit of my life story. But I've got, you know, I've a lot going always on in my brain about my future at 55. I didn't think I'd ever be where I am right now. There we go. I like that. So now, the funny thing is I could almost add this just, this kind of became a page on its own. See, and then I have this. So this is great because I can do two things. What was I putting on the other side of that? I've lost it. I had this that I was going to put there, but I'm going to change my mind now. I can do that. And that can still become, it's not quite big enough. And I'll be in that office just for a few minutes before they send me on my way. I hope. Let's take the white off, and then we can get a better idea. Oh yeah, but she's white on the other side. So then I would have to collage, but I could put paper on the back of it for a writing spot. I don't mind worrying about the bottom of that because I'm going to trim her here. It might still need to be cleaned up a little bit. Because if I put her here, because what I'm thinking, it's going to go like this, and how am I going to think? How am I going to do that? It would have to go here. Trying to think what I was going to do. My brain is literally frozen right now. So if I open it, I have to go like that and like that. See, I'm showing you like this is just off the cuff. It's not something, I've seen something sort of like it. I really wanted her to flop open. I really wanted it to go this way, but I didn't want too much of that image covered. So this image might not work because I don't want to cover up the one lady. Because I do want, unless I do it, no, because I really want this to open and it to be a journaling spot. So this image won't work because I don't want to cover up all of that. So this is where we might go with a blank piece of paper. Yes, Andre? I don't know what he said. He kind of said something to me and then walked away. I'll go see him in a few minutes. So I'm going to do this. Oh, boy, am I cutting today. So this will be part one. I'm going to, I promise guys, I am coming back. We got to go this way. See, I already forgot. Let's take the journal out. That'll help us play for a second with this. I know what I'm doing. I really do, guys. I really do know what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to glue that on. And then we'll trim it all up. There we go. Then we're going to take this over. And we're going to take it this way. Sorry guys, I went quiet because I was concentrating for a second. Sometimes I can't talk and concentrate. Sometimes. Okay. Okay. Now we need to cover that. Do we want to cover it in some green or just some? Let's see what we have in scraps already trimmed up so we don't, not big enough. Just pulled out some ones I have here. Don't think that's big enough. Almost. Not quite, but this one might be perfect, but I'm wondering if it's going to be too pink. Too light, I think. That would have been good. It's all too light. Too light. Too light. Too light. Because I kind of wanted to use those scraps up. Sometimes before cutting a new paper, I like to pull out some of the paper ones. Let's see what we got here. Got a couple more scraps here. So let's see what we got. We could put a line. I almost feel like it. Definitely not. I think I'm going with this. It's exactly what I'm going to do. Yep, there we go. I gotta see how long I've been on for and see the time once I glue this on, guys. So this is how you can make pages just with pieces you have or pictures like I did. You can create your own pages. Sometimes I've done it with book pages. I think that's, and again, like if I get too much closer, I'm going to get, it won't bend. So I'm just gonna ink it which works really well. So now, just come along here. I'm just going to check the time, guys. Oh no, I just dropped my journals all over the floor. Because that's just the type of day I'm having, guys. And I don't want to roll over them. It's funny, I just swept my floor all last night of paper. And just in a couple hours, I got to sweep again. So we're 1:19, so we're going to try to end in just a few minutes, guys. And then I'm going to come back and we'll do another video when I get home. Or tonight. Because I got to eat something and then get dressed. Comb my hair. There we go. So there we go. Look at that. We created a page for the journal. And almost it's hard enough that it could even be. So there we go. I think one of these has to be, or it's just the way it's cut sliding up. Here we created a page using, I like how that turned out. And again, you can, I'm going to probably add more. I didn't glue this edge very well, so let's go in with a little bit of glue here. I can, I'll do more too. I could probably put a pocket on this, but she'd also look cute here. But I'm probably going to put a pocket on there. Just gotta even that up. And so I'm not going to put the pocket on it now because we'll do that when we decorate it. But there we go. We created a page. So what we think we'll do, and I'm going to do something similar to the back of that white page because I'm trying to use up some of my little scraps as well. And I'm going to bring this in. So there we go. There's one. Then I have this as well that I'm going to use in it, and I haven't decided if it's too white. We'll just stick it in here for now. Maybe not for now. Then I thought, now everything doesn't have to be super wide. Of course, we're going to have to cut the top of that off, but that's okay because I will use that for something. No fears in that. So that's in there. And I think I need in between this. Don't know if I want to use this or put a pop of color in there. I think we want to put a pop of color. I have this green. And yes, I'm going to fold it over. Trim it. I'm going to just do this page, guys, and say bye for now. And I apologize that this is a short video today. And it's nothing big. That's why I came on, just made it simple for today, just because of the type of day it is. But of course, I didn't do that very well. So we'll just do this. That's okay. I'm not worried. I've got lots of room to play with that. Because this has to, of course, be trimmed down. So let's put it in and let's trim it to what we need it to be. to what we need it to be. There we go. Perfect. Let's see what we've got so far. Oh, she needs to come over here. So we have that. Let me count how many pages we have here. I've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't count that because it's not really a page. Well, let's do it. 7, 8, 9, 10. So I want to put at least two more in there. So, and one of the things I was thinking I was going to make as a page was this. Again, she's a little short, but I have ideas to, and I should have measured them up side by side, would have been smart when I made this, but I wasn't thinking. I was just pulling pictures that I liked and the colors I wanted. But again, I'm going to use this later when I come back and build a page for you guys out of it and show you how I'm going to do that using those. That's going to be my next page because I'm going to use different paper, and we'll probably might use a book page. And build a page out of that when I come back later. All right, guys. So for now, I'm just gonna call it quits. This is eventually going to be in there, but this is going to go. I want it to be a full page, so I'm going to be adding more to it, and then this is going to be on the reverse. So we're going to play around with that as well later on, and showing you how to put how I do just how I'm without cutting up because of the size of it needing unique page sizes, how you can go about it when making smaller journals. All right, guys, thank you for joining me so far this afternoon. I will see you a little bit later on, and we will work on this some more. Have a wonderful afternoon, and hopefully when I get back, I won't be as tense and butterflies won't be dancing as much in my tummy. All right, have a good afternoon. We'll see you guys a little bit later on. Bye for now.